Well, let me stretch further on our previous topic on how one can become spiritual. But in this particular video, I'll be using different formats to point out what and what makes one to become spiritual. If you look at the world of humans, you will see that there are two sets of people that are naturally spiritual. They are naturally spiritual, not induced. They are naturally spiritual. The first set of people are children, while the second set of people are well-aged people. When I'm talking of well-aged people, I'm talking of very old people, people of like 80 years, 90 years, or 100 years of age, and so on. For children, there are three key things that make them to become that much spiritual. The first thing is due to the lack of numerous activities going on in their thinking cavity, because children, their thinking ability are still developing. So that's why you see that if a child, whenever a child is engaging on something, the child will completely concentrate on that particular thing at that particular time. Whenever they're engaging on something, they will not be thinking of other things. They will completely concentrate on that particular thing. They usually concentrate on a particular thing at a time. And remember that anything that you are doing in this world, there must be spiritual aspects of that thing. So, and because they completely concentrate on whatever they are doing, the bond, that is the connectivity between them and the spiritual aspect of whatever it is that they are engaging on at that particular time, will be very much strong. Because of that, their complete concentration on it at that particular time. The connectivity between them and the spiritual aspect of whatever they are engaging on will be that much strong. That is the first thing that makes them to become that much spiritual. Then the second thing is due to lack of doubt in their heart and in their mind. Children usually lack doubt in their heart and in their mind. That's why if a child is on top of a tree or top of a tall building and you say, okay, jump down, I will hold you, I will catch you. You see that the child will just fly. They easily trust due to the lack of doubt in their heart and in their mind. That is the second thing, that because due to that lack of doubt, when they are completely concentrating on something, whereby the bond between them and the spiritual aspect of that thing is that much strong, there will be no doubt in them to dilute that connectivity. That's why lack of doubt in them contributes on why they are that much spiritual. Then the third thing that makes children to become that much spiritual is due to innocence, because almost every child is innocent. Children are always innocent. But the day that a child's innocence will start to shrink down will be the day that the child starts being under the influence of the spirit of shame or shy. Any day that a child starts feeling shame or start feeling shy will be the day the child will be the day that the child's innocence will start to shrink down. That is the day that the child starts living a life of pretense. And that is how the child's spirituality will be going down, will keep on going down till the child grows. Then for the adults, for the aged people, when I'm talking of aged people, I'm talking of all these old people that, in fact, their hands are shaking. When somebody grows that much old, you will see that the person's thinking ability will also slow down, it will shrink down. So there will be no much activities going on in the person's thinking cavity. That's why I see that older people, once they concentrate on something, once they are engaging on something, they will completely concentrate on that particular thing at a time. They will not be thinking of other things when they are engaging on a particular thing. So due to lack of numerous things going on in their thinking cavity at a time, they are much spiritual. The bond between them, the connectivity between them and the spiritual aspect of whatever they are doing at a time will be that much strong. That is the first thing that makes older people to become that much spiritual. Then the second thing is due to the low rate of their heartbeat. Naturally, the rate of their heartbeat will go down, and that again, remember in my previous topic how I told you that the lower the rate of the person's heartbeat will become, the more spiritual the person will be. That again will attract much more spirituality to them. Then the third thing that makes older people to become that much spiritual is due to the fact that their body is now becoming weak and well-aged, in such that their body are now becoming inhospitable for their spiritual self. When I'm talking of their spiritual self, I'm talking of their inner self. once their body start becoming inhospitable for their spiritual self will start becoming uncomfortable inside that their body. Sometimes they will it is just like you being inside a moving bus, and there is no AC inside that bus, and there is heat. You won't be feeling that comfortable. Sometimes you see yourself sliding down the glass, stretching out your neck, stretching out your hands just to receive fresh air. That's how their inner self, that's how their spiritual self used to feel inside that weak body that is not working efficiently. That's why I say that once their body start being that inhospitable for their inner self, sometimes their inner self will stretch outside. It will leave the body for a while, stretch out, just to stretch itself and come back. That moment that it is stretching outside the body, that will be the moment that the older people will start experiencing spiritual things, seeing other dead people. This thing is still applicable to people who, for example, if somebody had a terrible accident, you saw that the person is rushed to the hospital. Sometimes you see that the person will become that much spiritual at that moment that the person's body becomes inhospitable for the person's inner self. Sometimes the person's inner self, being unable to relax well inside the body, will be taking a stroke. And if care is not taken, the person will just die off. The body will just die off. Some spirits will just leave the body and never comes back, while some will just leave, stretch themselves and come back. So for children, those three things, no much activities going on in their thinking cavity, lack of doubt in them, and their innocence, those three things make them to be that spiritual. And for old people, their low rate of heartbeat, their no much activities going on in their thinking cavity, and their body being inhospitable, those three things make them to be that much spiritual. I hope you understand this one. Next time, we still discuss something like this, so we get it right.